So I figured this is as good of a place as any to start with the channel. I figured I was going to do a little room tour, show off all my physical games, my desk setup, and kind of update it as the channel goes along. Because one thing I really want to do is kind of build my physical collection up a bit. So I feel like it'd be cool to show where I started, and you could kind of track the progress as things go on. But here's what I got for now. Very small room, but it's kind of how I like it. I still live at home, so this is just kind of what I'm working with. Over here, got my desk set up. My laptop, that is a really old laptop. I got it in 2019 when I was gonna go to school for graphic design, and they told you need like a pretty powerful gaming laptop, and at the time this was one, but now this thing is basically on life support. It has the little fan under it. It's constantly plugged in. Like the second you unplug it, it just starts like draining battery. But it gets the job done for now. I think it can survive for a little longer. I'll look into replacing that one day. I'm not really a big PC gamer, so I don't really care to get like a crazy gaming computer, but the Steam machine does seem kind of cool. That's something I've been looking into. But with all the rising costs and stuff right now, we have no idea how expensive that's going to be. But anyway, that's the computer. But yeah, I like it. It's as simple as it needs to be. Got an 8-bit do. I think it's the Ultimate 2 controller. I got it for Christmas like a year or two ago, and I wanted the one that connects to Switch and stuff, but it doesn't. So I just kind of use it for the occasional game I do play on here. But it's a nice controller. I like all of 8-bit do stuff. It has a nice little charging dock. You can take it off if you want, but yeah, that's the controller I use. Got this Dragon Quest Metal Slime. I know they come from Japan, and I haven't gone. That's like my dream vacation, is to go to Japan. I really want to try soon, but that is nowhere in the budget. But it's a goal of mine. But anyway, these typically come from Japan, but I think I just ordered this one. And I got my Final Fantasy XIV standee. That is one of like my favorite games ever. I mean, I was just addicted. Played every expansion, put like hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. I started off as a Dragoon. I mainly play Dark Knight now, but I got the standee and I kind of like it. It feels like a it makes me very nostalgic for like the early Final Fantasy XIV experience. But that game is just one of the greatest games of all time. I love it. I don't play it nearly as much anymore. Just so many other games coming out, and I feel like since Dawntrail, the quality has gone down a pretty good bit. I mean, I still keep up, and I think I'm still gonna play. I know there's Evercold, the newer expansion, coming out 2027, I think. But anyway, just a little tangent. Final Fantasy XIV is one of my favorite games. I'm sure I'll be talking about it more on the channel, but yeah, this is basically what I work with. It's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. Now over here is where a majority of my favorite stuff is. You got my consoles, got all my physical games, got my art books, my childhood GameCube. I feel like let's just start, up here. I got the Nia Xenoblade Chronicles 2 figure. That's also one of my favorite games. I mean, it's honestly, I wasn't super big into JRPGs at first, but playing that game in 2017, pretty much right when the Switch came out, like it was like around I think December. I don't know, playing that game when it came out, like that was the first video game I actually got super invested in, story wise. I mean, obviously not the first video game I got I had fun with and got really addicted to, but the first video game that impacted my life, I think. I mean, it's just a giant open worlds to explore, the story, the characters, combat system. It was a lot for me at the time because I had never played like a giant JRPG. I played a lot of Pokemon as a kid, but like that doesn't count. So this was like the first time I got like fully invested in a game story, characters, learning a crazy combat system. Over here, you got my controllers. I got the Xenoblade 2 Pro controller. I was not lying when I said I love this game. I got the Switch 2. I did not keep my Switch 1. I was kind of debating on it, but I just kind of decided don't really need it. So traded it in towards the Switch 2. And that's just kind of something I've been doing with my collection for a while. Is like I don't feel the need to keep like everything anymore. It's more of like curated collecting. I get rid of what I don't need. I sell it on eBay or the console. I'd say it's the console I play on the most right now. I have a PS5, and actually what I'm playing right now, I've been playing through Nier Automata. That's a game that's been on my backlog for years, but I'm finally playing it. It's not really what I expected. I mean, I'm really liking it, but I've heard that game has gotten like high praise over the years. I mean, people say like it's like one of the best stories in gaming. You know, the way it's told is crazy unique and differently, and they just praise like basically every aspect of the game. And I'm really liking it, but like it's not my favorite thing ever. I'm gonna be honest. Like the combat's fun, like the gameplay's fun. It's really simple. It's really mashy. The story, it takes a long time to open up. I feel like the game is split into like different routes, different endings. I played through A and B, and I got a couple of like the joke endings. I'm on ending C right now, and it genuinely feels like that's where the game like starts, and that's like 20 hours in. It's like the story before that is like it just makes like not no sense, but like it is really hard to piece together exactly what's going on. And it is like an interesting approach to storytelling, but it's very slow. It's a game where you really have to trust the process. But yeah, there's my PS5. I don't play on it quite as much as my Switch 2, but I still like it. Down here is my Switch collection. I do things like a little differently. I know people like to split them up by console, but for me, if it's like the most recent console has backwards compatibility, I just kind of alphabetize it and just don't really worry about like whether it's a Switch 1 or Switch 2 game. Here's the collection. There's a little bit more back here, and I'll talk about these things over here. So Dragon Quest XI. This is like the second JRPG that got me really into the genre. And honestly, Dragon Quest has just become like one of my favorite series now. It is basically the best classic JRPG modernized. It's got a turn-based goodness, character building, a simple but like really impactful and amazing story. I mean, I don't want to say too much. This isn't a Dragon Quest video review or anything, but just another game that I feel like has like really formed my gaming taste. So I got a lot more Dragon Quest over here. And I'm not gonna talk about everything. I did keep Mario 3D All-Stars, and I'm really glad I did. There were some times I was debating, like, do I really need this if they're gonna be launching all of these games separately anyway? Because 64 is on Switch Online, Sunshine is on Switch Online, and Galaxy has like a Galaxy 1 and 2. I did go ahead and I went and bought 2, Galaxy 2, just to have all of them on Switch. I'm sure as everyone knows, this game was like a limited run kind of thing. It had a really stupid cycle of only, I think it was out for like maybe a year. So like it was plenty of time to get it, but it's basically gone now, and the game has skyrocketed in price since then. But I plan on holding on to it. It's the best way to play through Mario Sunshine, and I don't think they're really gonna re-release this anytime soon, so sticking with it. Here's the rest of my games. I've got some steelbooks. I got the steelbook for Xenoblade 3. I got the steelbook for Tears of the Kingdom. This one's not really quite as cool to me, but it's cool. So this thing right here, I actually got from the Nintendo New York store in 2017. That was my first ever time going to New York, and I had been like dreaming of going to that store since I was a kid. I used to watch like so many YouTube videos about it, and it was, I love going to New York. I went twice, and the store, I will say, second time around, not nearly as cool as like I remember it being. It was still cool, but not like nearly as cool as the first time. The first time, I feel like it had a lot more exclusive, like merch. I feel like the store was decorated a bit more. It looked nicer. But this was around when Breath of the Wild was coming out, of course, and it's like a little like cell art. And honestly, it's like one of my favorite things in my collection. It feels a little fragile, like it's basically just paper and plastic, so gotta be careful with it, but it's one of my favorite things I've got. Down here's my very tiny rinky-dink retro collection. A couple of these are like childhood games. I have gotten rid of so many of my childhood games as a kid. Like, basically, to get the new game, I had to trade in everything I had before to be able to afford it. And I got rid of so many good games doing that. Like, it's something I really regret. But I did keep a good bit of them. Animal Crossing is one of them. This was a game... Well, this was the first Animal Crossing game I ever played. And this was honestly one of the first games I ever played. I remember it was actually my sister's. She, as a kid, I remember her asking for a zoo game. Her friend had this, like, some kind of PlayStation zoo game. I don't really remember too much about it, but I'll try to find it and put it here. And she said she wanted a zoo game. Didn't really give my parents any specifics, and my dad got Animal Crossing. I'm guessing it was just probably one of the first things to come up. I fell in love with the game. I really liked it. I was terrible at it. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just ran around for hours talking to villagers. There's just like so many little secrets, like waking up Tom Nook in the middle of the night and all the little gyroids. I'm glad I kept this one over time. Sonic Adventure 2, this is like actually my childhood game, and honestly I feel like the Sonic games have not really got any better from here. I feel like this is like genuinely the best. the movement, like it just encapsulates the speed, like it feels like you're actually controlling the speed rather than the newer games where it just feels super like automated. The Chao Garden was just a really cool concept. me and my sister were like addicted. We got like all of like the maxed out chows, chaos chows, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this game, it's just one of my childhood favorites. It is stuck with me for a long time. Here's kind of the rest. Not really too much to say on these. Well, Pokemon Moon, this was like this was, oddly enough, it was like one of the games that had like the most interesting like hype cycle. Like, it had a ton of like giant leaks. Like, I remember the day the demo came out, people were like super excited about it, and then all the Pokemon leaked. I remember going to school the next morning and seeing like all the Pokemon, and like that's something nowadays that I feel like would kind of kill the hype, but like for some reason back then, like it made me more excited. Seeing like the fully evolved starters, Decidueye is like my favorite Pokemon like ever, and like that game just has such a good vibe, like the Hawaii vibe, like the islands, the night skies, the lights. It's all just great. But yeah, that's my usual copy of Pokemon Moon. I have Ultra Moon, but it's downloaded. It's a digital. Couple weird oddities. I have this European copy of Xenoblade X, and I cannot get rid of it for the life of me. I think I accidentally purchased the European one. I think it was cheaper, and I was like, oh, like I'm gonna just get this. And I don't even have a Wii U anymore, so it's kind of pointless. I can't really get rid of it. Same thing with Dragon Quest IV, but I actually do like this. Like, the Japanese copy, I don't know, it just has like a different vibe to it. I just really like it. I haven't gotten around to playing Dragon Quest IV yet. And over here you have my PlayStation games. I wouldn't really say I have as much like nostalgia for these, obviously, because not many of them are that old. PS5 is actually the first PlayStation console I've owned, so I wouldn't really say I have too many like memories with them, but I do have a couple of cool steelbooks here. I think this is the 7 remake. I don't technically have like the collector's edition, but I did find a lot of the items for it secondhand. And at the bottom, I just kind of have just like my random stuff. I mean, a bunch of art books. I love art books. I'm not really gonna get into these. Not really gonna open them up in this video. That's just a lot. I got my childhood GameCube over here. I need to plug it in, and I want to get like a nicer CRT for it or something. But for now, it's just there holding up my very tiny manga collection. I'm not really like a manga collector, so I just kind of get the ones I like and ones I've just kind of gotten over time, but even then I don't really care to get that much. A couple of other little things over here, actually really cool. I won this Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition from a contest, a Vista contest, like Kit and Krista, like the YouTube channel. They had a contest to where you took like the best looking screenshot, and I just kind of submitted one on a whim. I usually don't win like contests and stuff like that, but I actually won. And this is really cool because the collector's edition I wanted, but it was just kind of expensive, so I ended up getting it that way. Here's like the last little bit I'm going to show off. It's just a couple shelves. This is kind of like my Xenoblade shelf. I got my collector's edition boxes. I don't really get collector's editions that much anymore because honestly a lot of them don't come out, and if they do, they are usually overpriced, but the Xenoblade ones are kind of perfect. I love the boxes. I got a lot of the amiibo. I had Pyra and Mithra, but both of their arms broke off. They fell one time, and I just kind of didn't really like keeping them up there, so this is kind of what we got for that. And here's my Tears of the Kingdom shelf. That's like a little pre-order bonus, the little wood thing, and like usually GameStop has some pretty crappy pre-order bonuses, but this one was actually really cool. I got all the amiibo for it, and I just kind of really like how this one came out. And this shelf, I actually built. It was me and my dad. He helped me build it. I painted it. Does not look great in the light, but if the lights are off, you can't really tell. Still getting stuff to put on there. I really don't know exactly what I want to put on there yet, so it's just kind of a work in progress. I actually forgot to record this part at first, so if the lighting looks a little different, that's why, but these are my wall shelves that are right next to my TV. It's mainly like my Square Enix stuff, which is kind of like a lot of my favorite games. But this is my little Final Fantasy shelf. I got the music box and the CD. I actually went to a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth orchestra, and that was honestly just one of the best experiences ever. So I had to get a couple little things. I also got this little, it's knitted Moogle, so I got that from there. A random copy of Final Fantasy IX. Didn't really know what else to put there. And a little Dragon Quest shelf. One of my friends made the slime in the back. You got the amiibo and the Nendroid. But I did want to make sure to show this stuff because it is some of my favorite stuff in the collection. So I'd say that's about a good place to stop for this video. I just figured it would be cool to start off the channel showing off my collection and it'll be a nice place to come back to over time to see as it grows. It's not much now, but it's mine and I like it. So if you're interested in seeing the collection grow, and I have a lot of other cool ideas for the channel. I want to do like a lot of game reviews, topic videos. I want to eventually do like big live streams of the new games I'm playing. So if that sounds interesting to you, it would mean a lot to subscribe to the channel or leave a like and a comment, just saying that you watched the video. I feel like that would be nice. But hopefully I will see you guys in the next upload very soon.